Hey guys, welcome back to RonMan Gaming. RonMan here as always. Today we're taking a look at Hook for Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo version of Hook was developed by Yuki Ote and published by Sony ImageSoft in 1992. Hook was also ported to many other consoles like the NES, Genesis, Sega CD, and Sega Game Gear. I haven't played all the ports of Hook, but I do have the Genesis version, which seems to be very similar to the Super Nintendo version, except on Genesis, it looks and sounds worse. Hook is based off of the live-action movie of the same name, which is based off of the story of Peter Pan. Because of this, I always passed on this game, but let me tell you, I was wrong to do so. This game is fantastic. Now, I have not seen the movie, so I'm not going to make comparisons throughout my review. I only like horror movies. I don't watch this kind of shit, but I will play video games based off of movies I'd never watch. You know, as long as the games are good. I'll be honest, at first I was a little thrown off with how slow moving this game is. I found it kinda difficult, but after about 10 minutes I got the hang of it and I couldn't put it down. I beat it on my first playthrough. And yes, it's not a hard game by any means. Sadly, there's not an options menu, so if you do find this game too easy, or too difficult, you can't change the difficulty. But that aside, I think the challenge is just right. Starting a new game, the first thing you'll notice is how great the graphics are. The character sprites, the levels, and the backgrounds all look so good. The level themes are also quite varied. You'll be exploring caves, icy landscapes, forests, and just about everything else you'd expect. Most of the levels are large and promote exploration, but some other levels will auto-scroll and be more action-focused. This is important. When too many levels look and feel the same, it can lead to a feeling of boredom. Thankfully, that's not the case with Hook. The level design is great. You play as Peter Pan and your main weapon is a dagger. After you beat the first level, you'll unlock a sword which has a longer range and also shoots a projectile. The only problem is you'll drop the sword as soon as you take damage. The good news is that you can find another sword, although I didn't find many during my playthrough. The majority of my time with this game was with the dagger. I wasn't good enough to keep the sword for any substantial amount of time. Your health meter is represented by these green leaves. Cherries will refill some of your life, while apples will refill all your life. To permanently increase your health meter, you can find green leaves, but they're well hidden and much harder to find. You'll also collect jewelry. These just give you points, but once you've hit 100,000, you'll gain an extra life. Peter has the ability to fly for a short time. To do this, you'll have to find Tinkerbell to fill your fly meter. While it's not immediately obvious, you can run by holding Y, which is also the attack button. While flying, holding Y allows you to fly faster. At the end of most levels, you'll fight a boss. Although they're not too hard, some require problem solving. For example, the boss at the end of the dark cave level, I couldn't figure out what to do on my first playthrough. I died a whole bunch, but eventually I figured it out. I should also mention that the music is also really well done. So that's Hook. I just picked it off my shelf recently one afternoon and I was pleasantly surprised. The only nitpicks I have are that you can't change the difficulty and how slow moving the game is. Overall, I give Hook an 8 out of 10. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please hit like. If you're new here, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.